the UNM grad student who was picked as a finalist with a one-way ticket to Mars. Well, he's made it to the top 100. We are lucky this morning to have Zachary Gallegos joining us to give us all the details on what's coming up next. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's start with first, what is Mars One? What is that project?
Mars One is a project to send the first humans to Mars. It's sort of a worldwide campaign to find the people that are most qualified to go to Mars and remain there for the rest of their lives.
Pretty much set up a colony to see if you can make it livable, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so what have you been doing to get ready for this?
I've been doing a lot of training for myself. I am a grad student at UNM, and doing that, I study Mars and all sorts of things related to planetary science with the moon, things like that.
Okay.
I've also been doing a lot of physical training.
Okay.
I've been working out, rock climbing, running, swimming, those sorts of things.
Do you think you're going to definitely need that type of training once you're up there?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Okay, and why is that?
Because space travel is hard, and it takes a lot of energy, and there's certain things that happen to your body during space travel. Your muscles begin to lose mass, and your bone density goes down. So you have to be prepared to go to space. Really fit to go to space, pretty much.
So how many contestants were there at the beginning?
Total, there were 202,000 applicants.
Okay.
Who originally applied.
202,000?
Yes.
That's a whole lot of applicants.
That's a lot.
And after a while, they were able to, oh, there you are. Look at that. That's a great picture of you right there. So after a while, they were able to dwindle it down, all the way down to 100. You made the top 100.
That's correct.
What, did they call you? Did they tell you, guess what?
Yeah, exactly.
That's weird as shit.
One day and said, hey, you made the top 100.
That's great news, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's something you've been always wanting to do.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this. I know recently Mars One has kind of got, I don't want to say negative, tension, but one of the finalists said that it was all a scheme, saying that you guys have to purchase some of the, I guess, merchandise from Mars One or donate to Mars One in order to move on in the competition?
So that is not correct.
Okay.
I have never had to pay anything to Mars One. I've never had to buy any merchandise. I think those sorts of things are more set up for the public to feel sort of part of the community, and they can get, Mars One points and be supporters.
Okay.
We're based, our qualifications are, based on our own merits.
Okay. So you're squashing that, what he said.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with the mission. I imagine that he might have, been frightened by the idea of actually being a top 100 candidate and leaving the planet forever.
Right, right. And let's talk about that. They're narrowing it down to one group, right?
Yes.
So you're going to start training this year?
Yes, this fall or winter, I'm going out to Europe to start training with the rest of the candidates.
Okay, and what happens? They put you in groups, and your group has to get chosen?
So yes, first of all, they'll do some individual selection, and then they'll narrow it down to 50.
Okay.
And then after that, they'll put us all into teams and put us into isolation for up to about a month and test which teams are actually going to be fit to go.
Okay.
At which point it'll go down to 24.
Okay. And you're hoping your group, for one, you're picked first, and then two, you're picked with your group so you can head up there.
Yes.
Now, what I find is fascinating about this, it's a one-way ticket, meaning you're not coming back. What did your parents think about this?
My parents are glad that I do things that are cool like this. They'd rather that I go to the moon maybe and not leave the planet forever.
Yeah, go to the moon, come back, right? Do it again.
And maybe I can do that before I go to Mars, I'm hoping. Because I like to study the moon also.
That'll be fun. So is it kind of like a bittersweet or a mixed reaction for them, mixed emotions, I guess, that you've made it so far in this competition? Because in a sense, they're proud.
Yes.
That you're doing so well with what you want to do, but in hindsight, they're like, we don't want you to go.
Yeah, they're hoping this leads to something.
Yeah.
And, it could, but I'm hoping that I go to Mars.
Absolutely. Well, Zachary, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We will stay in contact with you until you head off to Mars and find out the very latest. But yeah, we wish you good luck in the competition. Let us know what happens next.
Thank you.
You bet. Again, Zachary, one-way ticket to Mars. Find out more information about him. We have a lot of stories on his journey on our website, krqe.com. We'll be right back.